We have a weird dynamic going on around in this country surrounding what's going on with Elon Musk. Apparently, an individual, probably some Antifa member, was caught stalking Elon Musk's 2-year-old kid because he thought it was Elon. It says, breaking, Elon Musk just shared the following video of the man who was stalking his son. Of course, he's wearing a mask. That's kind of the new thing that these criminals do. They use the whole pandemic as an excuse. We see them go into stores, steal the $900. Of course, now that's not illegal, but they wear their masks and stuff, and they're doing it. They're good people, right, for wearing their masks, when in reality, they want to cover their faces and not be known because they're doing something that is illegal, like stalking a 2-year-old kid. And obviously, apparently, he thought it was Elon Musk. It ends up being his son. The video of it is very awkward. I'm guessing it's some sort of driver for the kid. He ends up filming the dude, you can see. And he's got his mask right there. Typical garb for those people. It says, any account doxing real-time location of anyone will be suspended, as it is a physical safety violation that includes posting links to sites with real-time location info. So this was another big thing that happened yesterday with the account that tracks Elon Musk's jets getting suspended. And I do have to say, I think the Democrats do have a point on this situation. I think Elon got really creeped out because they've gone so overboard. I mean, they're at the point where they're stalking his 2-year-old kid. He feels violated. He doesn't want his flight info out there, but it is public information. And actually, they did a story on the kid that is tracking all these flights. Apparently, it's some 20-year-old kid who just made up, an algorithm from the flight tracker. This is all public info, and he's doing it that way. So I will say that when it comes to suspending his account, I think this is a situation where Elon is getting all these threats and he's trying to safeguard his family against it. It is understandable, but if you're going to champion free speech and these people are getting public information and really being innovative, and guys, number one, it is very odd that, people are interested where Elon Musk is. And it's not just Elon. They have the flight tracker for Bill Gates, for other billionaires, things like that. But it is a weird thing. Like, who really cares where they are? Do we really need to know where they're at every second of every day? I guess then you could say, listen, be a normal person. Don't take a private jet everywhere. And I would agree with that. Don't get me wrong. I would. But it is kind of strange that people want to know where Elon Musk is every second of every day with these flight trackers. This has been something that Elon Musk has really not liked. Apparently, it says he offered Jack Sweeney, the 20-year-old kid, $50,000 to shut this account down, or at least shut the tracker down that had over 500,000 followers. But guys, I will say they're talking about Elon Musk, banning this account or suspending it. As it being in terms of, you don't believe in free speech and stuff like that. I do have to say that's a false equivalency completely. I mean, this is a safety issue. So I don't think, this is not like a situation where on Twitter we've seen over the years and it's all come out on the files. They're purposefully censoring certain people because of their political opinions. And the problem is when you have a company, there's no algorithm to censor some of these political people. What it is, it's a subjective view. And when 99% of your people in your company that are deciding on who to censor lean one way politically, and there's two political parties in the country, that becomes a major issue. So this whole idea, this is more of a safety issue. This is not Elon Musk censoring Democrats. Although I will say, I have to disagree with this idea that this account needs to be censored. It's all public information. I understand Elon is a bit concerned about the situation regarding him being stalked and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, if you're going to, fly on private jets, this is what it is. This is your life. It's all public. It is what it is. But of course, they have to take it too far and go to stalking his 2-year-old kid, driving up behind him. It all is really, really disgusting. So that's what happened yesterday in regards to Twitter. It also says, you can see here, at Elon Jet was the account, and it had over 500,000 followers. He used flight tracking info to tweet every time Musk's jet took off and landed. The 20-year-old is in charge of dozens of other accounts that track the private flights of other tech giants such as Bill Gates, Bezos, and Mark Zuckerberg. So this seems like a rather standard thing, and my message to Elon Musk here would be, this comes with the territory. I mean, if you're going to fly private, you're going to go on these jets every day. It is what it is. You're going to get tracked. This is public information. You're just going to have to deal with it. You can't sit there and ban this account. I don't think this is a good precedent to set just because you're angry, and obviously they shouldn't have, they go too far all the time and they end up stalking the 2-year-old. That's terrible, but it's typical. I'm not surprised. That's exactly what these people do. It is a situation where, you do come across as hypocritical to come up and champion free speech and then ban an account that really tracks. I mean, it would be one thing if it was just if this dude was just tracking Elon Musk's jets, but when he's doing it with like 10 other billionaires and they're not complaining and it's all public information, and I'm guessing it comes from that flight tracker app, the app that, or it's not an app, it's like online. I used to look at that thing. It's got all the public information. He probably has an algorithm that has Elon Musk's jet automatically, when it gets entered, it automatically tweets out, he flew here, he got on here. It's actually really innovative, and I like the idea of that. I mean, not that it is weird, the idea that we need to know where these people are 24/7. I would be pissed off if I was Elon Musk. But again, none of us are taking private jets. Let's just call it what it is. We're not. So it's like, that's going to come with the territory, to be completely honest. And how about this story? We've got a Democratic representative coming out and saying, no, pedophile's a bad word. You can't use it. I don't know how these people get into any sort of position. Look at this woman. How do these people get into power? It is amazing. You can see, this is Katie Porter, says the term groomer and pedophiles to refer to LGBTQ plus people is a malicious lie and implies that they are a threat. So I don't even know what this woman is trying to say. The term pedophile refers to an older grown adult being attracted to a younger, kid. I don't understand. Nobody calls just a regular queer person a pedophile. That's not why that term is used. And the term groomer has also been hijacked by the left, and they made it out to be this hate term when really all it's saying is, listen, if I'm giving you my 7-year-old kid to go teach what 2 plus 2 is, don't give them a book about why it's okay to be to be like transgender or something. That's all that means. You're not supposed to teach kids that. That is not in the curriculum. And what was happening is you would have these teachers go outside of the curriculum, try and play God, and unfortunately manipulate very young kids. And that's why we're getting a massive uptick in a lot of these kids transitioning, and some of them certainly, I'm sure, being trans is real. It's been documented for centuries, but the amount we've seen it recently leads to the idea that a lot of these teachers are kind of forcing their beliefs and manipulating young children. That's why the term groomer was created. Because we were seeing that in schools, and then there were bills passed that came out and said, listen, I mean, you take a look at some of the books that they were showing, it was disgusting. I mean, you're showing like a blowjob to a first grader. How is that appropriate? And they're defending that. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is like, we have young children. It is our responsibility to make sure they mature at a proper level and not, you don't show a kid porn. Like, this is just 101 entry level thinking. There should be no argument. There's nothing to argue. But it's like they're so obsessed with finding your own gender and things like that. They force this stuff on, and then they're forced to defend it. They're forced to defend showing porn to preschoolers and things like that, and it is so bad. And some of these books, I mean, they're terrible. And then they come out and another false equivalency. They say, oh, you're book burning. I thought you agreed with freedom of speech and stuff like that. Of course, it is a total misrepresentation. It is a total false narrative. People that are older have a responsibility to really make sure that these kids are not seeing inappropriate stuff and growing up normal. And there seems to be a major disconnect in terms of that. And this is just, this woman, I don't even know what this woman is trying to say. Katie Porter says that the term groomer and pedophile allege that a person is a criminal somehow merely because of their sexual orientation. Being a pedophile has nothing to do with being gay. This woman is, maybe I'm misunderstanding her. Maybe she got misquoted. How is a woman like this in politics? Who elects these people? Is this woman elected in like San Francisco County or something? I mean, my goodness. They're trying to turn this is one of the other things they were doing apparently, and it's why their metrics on hate speech went up so much on Twitter. They were like, the term groomer is hate speech. When you refer to someone grooming young kids. Listen, if I send my kid into a first grade classroom, you can teach them what 2 + 2 is. I don't want you talking to them about being gay. Who thinks what adult thinks that that's appropriate? Oh my goodness. We're taking crazy pills at this point. It is ridiculous, folks. So I just wanted to touch on that. But guys, I do have to say about Elon Musk. Elon, in terms of this, I do think he's wrong. Banning that account sets a real bad precedent. That's what I'll say. But it is a false equivalency when they say, I thought you cared about free speech. It's not the same. What the Democrats were doing, you were banning accounts you didn't like. You were censoring Republican accounts because politically it didn't align. This has nothing to do with politics. This is totally about privacy and safety. And while I think tracking every movement is ridiculous, if it is public information, you should be able to, that 20-year-old kid, I think what he did was, he did it for all the billionaires. It wasn't just Elon Musk. So I think that he was really creative and did something good. As a content creator, I have to credit him for that. It looked like they were getting a lot of site traffic. Elon Musk offered him $50,000 to take the account down. I didn't see what he said to it, but I would imagine he didn't do it. And now the account gets banned, and that is, to be completely honest, in my opinion, a real bad look for Elon Musk in terms of you're Mr. Anti-Censorship, and then you get control of Twitter, and, you cannot like it, but if it's public information and someone does something, and then also the other thing that I had an issue with, they ended up banning his account, and they said it was due to I don't even know what they said. Let me look this up because they said something where it kind of reminded me of the conservatives getting censored as well. So here it is. Sweeney says he immediately filed for an online appeal of the suspension. Later, his personal account was also suspended with a message saying it violated Twitter's rules against platform manipulation and spam. So, yeah, I'm not seeing the correlation of manipulation and spam to ban a flight tracking account. So that to me comes off as not good. It is understandable. They totally take it too far. They stalk his 2-year-old kid. But unfortunately, what Elon Musk has to realize, this is not surprising. This is what they do, right? So it's like, yes, they're going to stalk the 2-year-olds. They're going to go crazy. They are not well. A lot of these people have severe mental problems. You're just going to have to deal with it. And of course, they wear their little masks. That's like the number one thing they do. Because it's like, oh, we're protecting ourselves from the virus. No, you just don't want to be identified because you're embarrassed of what you're doing. It's a criminal activity. That's really why you're covering your face like that, especially outdoors in 2022 when we know. I mean, listen, if you're wearing a mask at this point, we're not gonna personally attack anyone, but my goodness. But guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Make sure you're following me on Twitter. Link to that's always in the description. I'm, of course, the Depressed Ginger. Thank you for watching.